Excellencies, President, Indo-African Chamber of Commerce, Mr. J.F. Ganga, Councillor from Angola Embassy, Delhi, my colleague committee member, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, a very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome on behalf of the Indo-African Chamber of Commerce. It is my proud privilege and absolute honor to recognize the presence of Madam Her Excellency Shilpa Parkerji, our Ambassador of India in Angola, amongst us today. She has just resumed office, hardly 2 months past, and I'm grateful and thankful to her for confirming her presence to remain present at this webinar out of her busy schedule at a very short notice. So, Madam, I welcome you once again at this virtual event. The most important part is that Madam Pratibha is from Mumbai, our own city. She has made all of us a proud Mumbaikar. I also recognize the presence of my colleague, Mr. Catiano Capitao, the Secretary General of Chamber of Commerce Industry Angola, along with Mr. Kumba Jao Tuma, General Manager, Exclusive Business Partner, LDA. Mr. Sumbula, the President of Angola Beverage Association, was to join us, but due to certain presidential meeting, he has to leave early, so he will not be able to join us. So once again, on behalf of the Chamber, I welcome you all. Since April 2020, during the lockdown period, we have started our journey of conducting the virtual web series on Africa Connect. It is moving ahead, therefore, very successfully. I think we succeeded in doing justice with the African countries and made an attempt to introduce all of you and individual African countries where lies and opportunities which can be explored and which will give you a fair idea how to evaluate and start the business, and thereafter no looking behind. The Chamber, as you all know, is serving the nation and the industry since last 40 years. Me being the Secretary General working last 25 years with Indo-African Chamber. So far as Angola is concerned, our Chamber has done excellent quality work. As you all know that Angola today is an important part of SADC, has great opportunities for those who can deliver the two crucial requirements. Number one is the technical know-how, and number two is contact. So if you have all these two available with you, Angola is a virgin market available for you. The Chamber has been enjoying excellent relationship with Angola right from the visit of President of India, Dr. Manuel Calada in 2007. Being instrumental in mobilizing the delegation of public sector utility companies with then Ministry of Petroleum, Government of India. The Chamber has been instrumental in private sector investment, trading and businesses from India, and hosted many meetings between India and Angola, both oil and non-oil sector. The Defense Expo India in Goa, interaction with the Vice Presidential Delegation of Angola at the 3rd Africa Forum Summit, and are few examples of Chamber's contribution. His Excellency Sergio Santos, the then Governor of Cabinda Province, with our associate partner, Messrs. Victoria Consulting, we invited them to explore the diamond minings and opportunities of investment in diamond sector, especially from Surat. And thereafter, the active participation of introducing country Angola in vibrant Gujarat, vibrant Saurashtra, many more other occasion in India in high profile event, Magnetic Maharashtra and Eye for Africa, the annual mega event organized by the Chamber. I had the privilege myself to work with Angola at the regime of our Indian ambassador, Mr. R.M. Agarwal from 2002 to Mohammad Afzal sir, Mr. A.R. Ghansham sir, Shri Kumar Menon, and now Madam Pratibha ji. One of the sector that is really starving for investment and appropriate technology in Angola is civil construction, like roads, ports, railways, low-cost housing, skill development training institute, education. Apart from this, the members of the Chamber would be interested in setting up poultries, especially the SME sector, the supplies of agri-equipments like tractors and other parts, beverages, packaging, finished leathers, cosmetic, toiletries, machinery equipments, etc. So my humble submission to our ambassador is that the Chamber proposed to organize a B2B networking event with the stakeholders of Angola MSME sector and also with the priority sector of Government of Angola, where an Indian business community multinational company can play an important role by using our government's vision of Make Africa Your Partner, or we have Atmanirbhar Bharat, or we have Skilling India, so on and so forth. Now about the chief guest and the eminent speaker of the day. She is none other than our ambassador of India, Madam Pratibha ji. Mrs. Pratibha Parker joined the Indian Foreign Service in the year 2000 and commenced her diplomatic career in the Embassy of India, Moscow. She completed her language training in Moscow and worked as Second Secretary, Information and Culture for 2 years. She worked in the Ministry of External Affairs in New Delhi as Under Secretary for Myanmar. She also worked as First Secretary in the Embassy of India, Jakarta, Indonesia, as Counselor Political in Permanent Mission of India to the UN in New York. Later, she worked as Director for Bangladesh and Myanmar till 2017. Madam Pratibha Parker took over as Ambassador of India to the Republic of Angola just on July 28, 2020, after relinquishing the charge from the post of Consul General of India in Frankfurt, where she served from 3rd August 2017 till 27 July 2020. In her 2-decade-long diplomatic career, Madam Parker specializes bilateral and multilateral diplomacy, especially in the areas of economic and commercial cooperation, global disarmament issues, the UN Security Council issues, and community work. Promotion of Indian culture abroad is her passion. So, Madam, I, on behalf of the Chamber, welcome you once again, and the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Bon dia and namaskar everyone. Madam Sunanda Rajendran, Secretary General of Africa Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Caetano Capitao and other people, very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Indo-Africa Chamber of Commerce and Industry for giving me an opportunity to speak at this webinar on business opportunities in Angola. I have recently taken up my assignment as Ambassador of India to Angola after completing 3-year tenure as a Consul General in Frankfurt. And I'm privileged to participate in this webinar on these business opportunities in Angola. And I would like to mention that this is my first participation in any economic event as Ambassador of India to Angola. So thank you. It's a beginning of my tenure here in Angola, and thank you for making it happen. My readings, I have just completed only 2 months here. I reached here on 28th of July, and my readings about Angola, my interactions with local Angolan people and also Indian business community in these last 2 months, and of course I have met several ambassadors of other countries. They have given me some understanding of this country, about its economic conditions, its political conditions, and I would just like to highlight what about my impressions of these countries. I'm sure as I continue to be here for 2-3 years more, then my understanding about this country will definitely deepen. But right now I'll just begin with what I have understood about this country. So if you compare Angola with India in size, in geographical size, it's a 2.6 times smaller than India, and the total population of Angola is only 32 million. The country is located in southern western part of Africa, African continent, and it has 50 million hectares of forest land and 35 million hectares of arable land. And I would like to mention here or highlight here that out of this 35 million hectares, only 14% of land is in use. The rest of land is not in use for several reasons, but that has made this country that's why the country is not self-sufficient in food or agricultural products. The country is very rich in natural resources, including oil, diamond, and other precious stone. Angola is Africa's second largest oil producer, net producer of gas, and third largest diamond producer country. It's also third largest economy in the continent. It is the largest and wealthiest Portuguese-speaking African state. The GDP per capita is US dollar 3,000. So its location also provides us, or for any outside country, an opportunity to target almost 300 million consumers of SADC country. And it's very important player of SADC continent. I found that they have peaceful relations with all their neighbors, and they are actively pursuing or taking up matters of ensuring peace between other countries also. So that shows that the country is really interested in having peaceful conditions, not only within Angola, but also in the neighborhood, which really has impressed me. And they have preferential trade agreements with other countries like Namibia, Republic of Congo, DRC, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. And Angola is an original signatory of the Kigali Agreement of 2018 they would like to take it up further, make it on African continental FTA, which shall be world's largest free trade area once it is done. So I hope that this comes through. The country was about what I have seen, that the country was Portuguese colony for almost 500 years, and it became independent in 1975. And from 1975 up to 2020, we can divide country into different segments or eras, and that segment could be country during the civil war from 1975 to 2002, and also from 2002 to 2020 post civil war area. It can also be divided as Angola during the time of oil boom, and Angola after the oil prices started crashing. And also then there was politically also, we can divide Angola as Angola under President, the previous President Santos, and also Angola now under President João Lourenço. So there are different segments, and if you understand how this country was under different segments, then you can definitely make your judgment about the current situation in Angola. So when it became independent in 1975, unfortunately, it was engulfed in the civil war between MPLA and UNITA. The civil war ended in 2002, and since then the country has seen free elections and democratic regime, and also peaceful conditions. So steadily the peaceful conditions in country has developed after 2002. The present government, headed by President João Lourenço, is focusing on corruption-free government, and also they are also trying to diversify economy and also to attract private investment. So favorable laws like private investment law, law of competition have been passed to attract private investment. And so, of course, the oil boom is another factor which influences Angolan economy. Angola is the second largest African crude oil producer after Nigeria, and Angolan economy is heavily dependent on hydrocarbon production, which contributes nearly 50% of its GDP, 70% of government revenue, and 90% of its country's export. However, the volatility of these oil prices have revealed the weaknesses of this oil economy. When the oil prices started crashing since 2014, the country has suffered a little bit, and it has made the current government aware that they have to diversify their economy, they have to engage other partners, including India. So which is a good sign, which shows that the other sectors, now the country is also looking at other sectors, and there are a lot of opportunities for India to cooperate with Angola in other sectors of the economy besides oil. Coming to India and Angola relations, I would like to highlight that Angola has, both countries have shared friendly relations. They dating back to pre-independence time, because India always supported Angola during its freedom struggle, or in its freedom struggle, and India established diplomatic relations with Angola in 1985. Since then, the relations between both countries have been extremely cordial. We have seen few VVIP visits between both countries, and recently Prime Minister Modi and President Joe Lorenzo, they met in July 2018 on the sidelines of BRICS summit in Johannesburg. Both sides discussed ways to increase trade and investment between two countries, and in his inaugural speech, President Joe Lorenzo mentioned India among the countries with which they would like to deepen the economic ties. I'm happy to inform that the first Joint Commission meeting between India and Angola, co-chaired by our EM, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and Foreign Minister of Angola, His Excellency Tete Antonio, it was held on 7th September, just recently in this month itself. So it begins a new era, you can say. And both ministers agreed to move forward for intensification of economic relations through partnership in trade and investment, agriculture, food processing, diamond trading, oil and natural gas, IT and telecommunication, pharmaceutical and health. So these are the areas or sectors which have been identified by both sides, in which we can work together and cooperate together. India's economic, if you coming to the specific area, economic relations, India is third largest trading partner of Angola, sharing about 10% of its Angola's external trade. The balance of trade is in favor of Angola, with almost 90% of imports from Indian side, which includes mostly include crude oil. So keeping in tune with friendly relations, both countries have signed several MOUs and agreements. But if you look at these agreements and potential, I think the potential of our relationship still remains to be realized. There are a lot of areas in which we need to work together to make it really important and beneficial for both sides. So the economies of our countries really complement each Angola is rich in hydrocarbon and mineral resources, whereas India is rich in human and financial capital, and also has low cost technical expertise. India could become an important trading partner in the petrochemical field. There is another area is like diamond. Angola is one of the largest producer of diamond, whereas India is well known that is a leader in the diamond polishing. So we have to, and as Madam had already mentioned, that there was already a delegation, and India-Africa Chamber of Commerce had organized their visits to diamond companies in India. I hope that we can take it forward, and some good things come out of this interaction, and we could, I hope that we can really forge our interaction into something concrete outcomes between these two countries. There is also enormous potential in the field of agriculture. The land in Angola is very fertile. It has got rains for almost 9 months, and it has got a vast arable land, and population is only 30 million. So only 14% of arable land is in use, whereas the rest of the land is not in use. And India has vast population, agricultural, technological expertise. We are also good in food processing. So this is also one area in which both sides can cooperate. And with Indian investors, I'm sure Angola will be able to achieve sufficiency in food production. There is another area in which we can cooperate is health and pharmaceutical. India's is largest provider for generic drugs, and also both countries can work in this area. There was a delegation of health secretary from Angolan side to India, and I hope and there were some discussions about cooperation with Indian hospitals. So I think Indian hospitals also can come here and explore opportunities of setting up some hospitals here. So this is another area. Education is area where we can cooperate. India's expertise in IT and IT-enabled services are well known in the world. So education and IT is the area where India can definitely or proactively contribute to Angolan side. I hope that this is the area where we can explore opportunities for cooperation. SME sector, we will be very happy to cooperate with you, all of you. And as Madam you have mentioned, for B2B meeting, Embassy would like to extend all support so that we can organize these B2B meetings at the earliest in October or November, whenever you suggest. So we'll extend full support and would like to take this relationship forward. Indian community, I would like to tell you that there are around 6,000 Indians in Angola. They are in oil companies and non-oil sectors. It's a mainly business community, very active in trading and also agriculture, plastic, scrap metal. These are some of the areas in which the Indian community is very active and contributing to the economy of Angola. There are some challenges. I would like to take it up with our Angolan friends. Of course, language is a barrier, which I don't know how both sides have to learn each other's language. And there are some visa issues and foreign exchange repatriation. So these are some of the key issues that Angolan side would be able to resolve these issues so that they can attract private investment not only from India but from other countries. Because I found out that these were the two issues which were a matter of concerns for business community not only of India but for business community from other countries also. So I hope that with this we'll be able to do some successful business partnership. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for enlightening us the insight of Angola. I think you're one of the wonderful speakers who have given us the entire history of Angola. And we assure you our fullest cooperation under your dynamic leadership. We propose to do, of course, you have just started in Angola, so hopefully you have 3 more years to go there. And we hope and propose to do many more good events. And this B2B, as I told you, that we have recently done in Namibia with the help of our Indian High Commission there, and had turned out to be very fruitful. We have 165 B2B meetings done. And Angola people of India are eager to do in agriculture. You know, in Maharashtra sugar belt, we have farmer technology transfer expertise. We have people are interested, but language, of course, is a barrier. But we, not only in the chamber, but when we are doing with Africa, I keep on telling people that you have everything in French, you have a Portuguese speaker, like we're doing successfully in Mozambique. So when we already are successful, for us, we are an African driven chamber, so we don't find language be a challenge. But yes, visa, I fully agree that there are some challenges about the visa. Secondly, when we're thinking in terms of doing business bilateral trade promotion, my partner from the Chamber of Commerce also has to play an important role, because the business community here is battling in identifying, outsourcing the right partner. So if we get today, you see the technology has become very fast, and we have young college students studying in Mozambique or studying in Pune are speaking this Portuguese language, and they are working for us as an interpreter. So that will not be a big problem, but the challenge is there is no information available about the data of business people, or even the updation of information about the tenders coming out or priority sectors or something related to bilateral trade. So I feel that the commercial section of your embassy has to really work hard. And with this word, thank you so much, madam. Thank you very much for being there. And now I invite the Secretary General of Chamber of Commerce, Angola, Mr. Capitão, under the motto, promoting business and investment between the two nations. The Proclamation Act of Institution was presided over by the Trade Minister, Geoffrey Van Dunem Jr., and the Indian Ambassador to Angola, Sushil Singhal. And under that act, this chamber has registered, and they are working and providing excellent services to the people of Angola. May I now call upon, is Mr. Capitão there or?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So now may I now invite Mr. Capitão to kindly take over. So welcome you, sir. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a pleasure to address, for this first event, which is related to our interaction, the Indo-Africa Chamber of Commerce and ourselves. So we started everything from, WhatsApp message, and today we are actually materializing. So starting to create the bridge, which we hope that will substantially produce and make the relationship between Angola and India, stronger. I have a short presentation which basically highlights the relationship between, or the interaction we have been developing so far. I will just ask the host to give me the shared access. I don't know if I can get that.
You do have it, sir.
I need to share, to do the share. To do the share of my presentation.
I've already given you, sir. Sir, if you can see the green color share screen, you can click that and you will reach to everyone.
Okay, so you mean the green color. Okay, the green color, yes.
Yeah, you will see share screen.
Okay.
Can you see that? Not yet?
We can see it clear. It's a presentation. Thank you.
Can you?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir, we can see it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so, well, as I started saying, we, the chamber in Angola, we want to be the first contact, the first, let's say, point of contact between Angola and India, business-wise. So that is to say that we are in Angola in order to support initiatives, business initiatives from India, and to generate interaction between Angola and India in regarding to Angolans also willing to invest in India. We already have Angolan companies with the interest on setting up a business in India. So this is an area which we would also like to work with yourselves. The chamber has been established in 2016, and during that, we have been doing our, let's say, mission in the market with interaction with India. We have participated in India, already in 3 events. 2 of those were ministerial related, which the Angolan delegation visited India led by ministers. So all these related to strengthening our relationships. And we are also a founding member of the Federation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Angola. So this is mainly a gathering body of all the chambers, business chambers, which are in Angola, related to different countries of the world. At the end of the day, we participate on exchange of information, and we are, let's say, a direct partner of the government in regarding to, in this case, Angola and India business relation. We have a database of 45 members, and based on that, our portfolio of members is mainly concentrated on general trading, but very few of them are in agriculture, industry, and pharmaceuticals. But we need to expand that. We need to expand that on, let's say, having more companies, in this case from India, joining our chamber. I mean, this number is included on Angolans as well. So we have Angolans companies who are members of the chamber as well. So based on this, the idea is to promote day by day the interaction between the two countries, where we have companies of both countries coming with initiatives, business initiatives. And our mission, as you can read from there, is mainly to create a group of working together group, which can, at the end of the day, impact on the business environment, also culture and the social harmony between two countries. Our vision is to promote day by day, so increase the business and investment on a competitiveness, let's say, basis. And we have some values related to integrity, collaboration, responsibilities, transparency, results-driven memberships, and business excellence. So all these are related to the vision we have and how we'd like to take the chamber. And we expect our partners to, let's say, buy in or participate in this sort of interaction. We have services, as you can see, in order to support the, let's say, new companies to the market. All these services starting from business setup support, so identify validated or list of partners and networkings, consulting or advising type of interaction, tender distribution, lobbying, chamber presentation, networking events, trade missions between Angola and India. That is an area which we would like also to set, let's say, in the future, some initiatives with the India and the Africa Chamber. So that we can make, let's say, we can take some business, Angolan business to India, and same sort of reciprocity should be there. So we think that these services can be, let's say, a very good list of solutions for yourselves, particularly those companies which are new to the Angolan market. I have sent my email address through the chat box so that those companies which have some interest, some initiatives now with Angola, you can easily approach me and then we can start the interaction from today. I have, let's say, resumed some areas which we consider as opportunities. Mr. Krum, I think, will touch with further details on these areas, and the ambassador has kindly mentioned these as well. I mean, the areas where we think that India can play a very important role in Angola. And same applies to outward opportunities. So there are already some, let's say, opportunities which will be suitable for Indian importers. So areas related to, let's say, government privatization, there is a large program from the government related to privatization of some assets. Let's say some assets which used to be managed by the government, and now the government is basically selling them to private companies. Can be Angolans or foreign investors, I mean. And these assets start from industries, most of them already equipped, and some of them equipped with brand new, let's say, equipment which has never been used. And it goes to land, let's say, some farms, agricultural farms, which the government used to manage, also to the oil and gas sector. So there are some companies, mainly on service providing to the oil and gas sector, used to be managed by the national concessionaire Sonangol. And now the government is also, let's say, privatizing those. So this is an area which we think that the Indian business could play a very important role. We are going, with the chamber, I mean, we are going to share with you the list of these opportunities, particularly on privatization, so that we can expect your action on some of those according to your strategies. As I said, the ambassador has kindly mentioned a very large list of opportunities sector-wise. So, I mean, I would say that everything can be done in Angola at this stage. Agriculture and food processing, IT, health, education, and I mean, namely, can be done. Just come up with your ideas, share with us, and we will be there to give the appropriate guidance on what can be done. Mr. Kroma as well will touch on the private investment law, I mean the new private investment law, which comes with some incentives, some, let's say, good elements for foreign investors in this case. So, which are linked to these sectors at the end of the day. There are some sectors which have, let's say, a special treatment. For example, investing in agriculture, investing in tourism, investing in mining sector. So it comes up with a package of incentives and benefits for those who decide on embarking in this. The other point we think that would be relevant and touches directly on, let's say, Indian expertise, business expertise related to economic special zones and diamond processing special zones. There are some economic special zones in Angola which already have some infrastructure for industrial purpose mainly. And I mean, industrial in different type of sectors. It can be food processing, can be, let's say, health or medicine processing or manufacturing. I mean, food processing related to pasta, tomatoes, and all those type of things. So anything related to industrial projects, we have some zones, special zones, which come up with incentives and other type of benefits to attract and facilitate the settling in of the investor. On the diamond front, the government has also started a special diamond processing special zone, which is located in a province called Lunda Sul. Lunda Sul is somewhere in the center of Angola. And is rich on diamond production. So this special zone is mainly to install all the services and supporting services to the diamond processing sector. And the polishing, for example, the polishing subsector is one which the government is attracting with good, let's say, incentives for those who think on setting up this type of initiative. Currently in Angola, there is only one Indian company developing these subsectors specifically. But we'd like to see more Indian companies coming in, and we are here to support. The other point which is relevant, I mean, as I mentioned, is the outward opportunities, which is basically exporting, let's say, from Angola to India. And there are already some areas which I would say ripe to be exported. So we have timber. There is a large production of timber with the support of government, and it's led by private for sure, but the government is there to support on exportation. Coffee as well is an area which Angola has been producing a lot. Used to be one of the first producer before the independence in 1975. And now with all these, let's say, peace and good, let's say, environment, we are reconquering this potential. And now there is a lot of coffee, let's say, production to be exported. So this is not only an area for, let's say, exportation, but also for investment on local processing. For example, the producers have don't have machines to process, to do the harvest or process locally so that this product can be exported, even can be consumed locally, I mean, to be supplied to the shops. So there are not small industries to process this type of products. So there are many opportunities which at the end of the day will benefit the Indian business. Diamond, as I mentioned, is an area not only in processing, diamond polishing, I mean, but also on accessing the rough diamond and the exploration as well. There are many concessions related to minerals, I would say diamond, gold, and others, which are waiting for foreign investors. And the government is, I mean, calling those to come and access these opportunities. Ornamental stones, we have many of those, different qualities, which at the end of the day would be good for the potential investors to come and access those. I have this small text from IPEX CEO, I mean, Mr. Antonio Enriquez, the president, I mean, of IPEX, which he concludes by saying Angola needs the diversity, or to diversify the economy, so replacing imports into local increased exports. Indian business can contribute to diversification of this country. So we need to engage the country and the needs to develop the value sectors. So we also looking that Angola should be a hub to access the neighboring countries. So if you end up installing yourselves in Angola, you have other countries to access, such as the DRC Congo, I mean, Brazzaville, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and other countries nearby. So there is lots to be done. And now with the African Free Trade Zone coming up, so all these are opportunities which we think that India can play a very important role. And the aspect of, let's say, partnering with local companies, I mean, there is always a plus on that, which at the end of the day will impact on the strategic and the settling in of the company in Angola. So this is a little bit of our initiatives. I mean, with the chamber, we don't only deal with business, but we are also concerned with the community, supporting the community in different ways. And we have engagement on donations and blood donation and food donation, let's say, and other type of initiatives, which at the end of the day impact on the harmony of the Angolan society. So these are my contact details. You are kindly invited to contact me, approach me. I mean, we are here to support the business from India to Angola and from Angola to India. So we will have a session of question and answers. I mean, we are here to help. I think at this stage, I have helped somehow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Capital. To add this, let me just give you some synopsis about our chamber. We have established in the year 1985, 40 years old entity. We have more than 8,000 members. Majority of them are multinational company like L&T, like RCF, PSU, public sector company, utility company. Majority of them are from MSME sectors. We also have 218 local chambers of commerce in the 28 main provinces of our country, and they are all our partner. Like when you're thinking in terms of agriculture, for example, we have Maharashtra belt, we have Kerala, we have Andhra, we have Karnataka. So when we are talking about the serious people, when we are talking about Africa forte, so our members are already known to Africa. They have been taught what Africa is. They know what Africa is. They know how to do business with Africa is. So joining hand with this chamber or doing, because as I told you, as Madam Excellency Ambassador said, that language is a barrier. There is a missing link between the private players of Angola and India. Of course, Government of India, Government of Angola is doing good job. They're signing MOUs. But when we are thinking in terms of reality, on ground reality, you and my chamber have to play hand-holding support in bringing those people to limelight and arrange those B2B, because like pharmaceutical from 2017 till 2020, you will not believe, sir, hardly 12 pharmaceutical company could manage to go to Angola. When the way Madam has described Angola, pharmaceutical, there's good scope. Now people are doing in Namibia. In Namibia, we have 317 JVs of private sector, and those people are providing services to Angola from Namibia. So when Angola is such a big country, bigger than Namibia, we can tell all these Indian members of ours to have their venture in Angola. Now, timber, when you're talking, our members are already in Central Africa. They're already doing excellent business. There are 9 companies who are doing good business in Gabon for timber. They're doing with Ghana. So we can make use of those opportunities and bring. When you are talking about free trade zone, I would say that we have 5 topmost companies of India private sector who have expertise of managing, administrating the free trade zone, and they are based in Mumbai, they are in Andhra, they are in Delhi. We have recently signed with Ethiopian government for running IT park, for free pharma park, and another special economic zone also. And apart from that, I would like to say that when you're talking about diamond, my chamber with initiatives of this chamber, there are 5 largest Indian companies who are diamond manufacturer exporters are based in Botswana. They are creating, like M. Suresh Kumar, the Dharmanandan people. They have created employment opportunity for about more than 3,800 local Botswanian. They started a skilling and technical institute. Now, as compared to Angola, Botswana is a small country. So if Angola is a very big market, as I'm being telling, so if we get a supporting hand, we can have many more Indians to come. See, Africa full of, our continent is full of opportunity, 54 countries. At the end of the day, every country is coming, marketing themselves. But at the end, where is the comfort level? Opportunities exist, we know. But where is the comfort level? Where do we meet people? Unless we don't interact with people, we don't get the confidence that way we do. Now, Angola, of course, is famous for diamond. There are some people like DBS and all, they're doing it from Antwerp and other. Even Surat, when I leaded the delegation, I saw, we met, you will not believe, we met then 1,200 companies were stationed there. And we have also invited the Angolan diamond industry people in Gemin Jewelry Export Promotion Council's biggest exhibition in Mumbai, where 1,000 people have showcased. So we just wanted to showcase that what Indian capabilities, how to enhance the promotion, how to take this business forward. Because when we are thinking in terms of taking business forward, till today we have done 12,837 JVs with private sector partnership. Like I was mentioning to you prior to the event that my colleague who is a committee member, so their skill development in oil and gas, their skill development, some of my companies who have joined today are providing the services in education sector in Burkina Faso, which is a Francophone country. And they have developed a very good module, like where the school is not there, they're giving those tab to them and they are making the children study through tab, and that too entire syllabus in French. So why not do the same thing in Portuguese in Angola? So ambassador is going to do her job, but what is my request to you, that you are a chamber, you can also bring your other fellow chambers and bring as many as member possible, support our embassy to enable, not only for my chamber, we have so many other institutions in India. See, I do not believe in monopolize the thing. I want, as long as our country is doing business with Africa, we are happy. As long as our members are doing business with India, we are happy. So this is the time you have more responsibility on your shoulder to bring your other fellow federations and other chamber of commerce. Today you have 45 members. You can have tomorrow 450 members, and membership enhancement comes only when you be very active. So Angola, if you can do something like that, one B2B meeting we are doing with the support under the aegis of our embassy. But what I would like to do, that this momentum should not die. You should be more active. Now, it should not happen that today we spoke and then we closed down. We have good structure here. We have good team here. This process should be ongoing. Maybe in a month, 5 small meetings, no problem. We are not looking at big, but those 5 should be concrete result producing meeting where our embassy will feel proud, your embassy will feel proud that the institution is working, the Indian interest is developing, and there are people, serious stakeholders doing business in Angola. So with this note, as I told you that we have already sent you, madam, before you took over, we have sent them the agreement draft also. So I will send you the official copy of that. And many more chamber would like to join. We can always, it would be our pleasure, because this is a focused umbrella and focused Africa chamber. So whether we work with Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, we work with Indian Chamber of Commerce, we work with Deccan Chamber, we work with Maratha Chamber, I'm also on the board of SOCHM, FICCI, CIA, everyone, we are all together. So when it comes to Africa, we are still number 5 position. USA is there, UK is there, France is there, China is there. We are on 5th position, and our Prime Minister has a vision that India should surpass. So we are trying, like the way we have to promote ourselves in Africa, or the way we have to increase the business with Africa, we are still on 5th position. And that is the responsibility we have on our shoulder, and we wanted to really push our people, encourage and motivate our people. So we are there with you, and we're there to support you, and let's do this work from this year, and let's see next year when we will sit again with the ambassador, we can tell her what concrete job you and me or our synergy has taken place. So with this note, thank you so much, Mr. Capitao, to be here. And may I now call upon Mr. Kruma Jao Tuma, the General Manager, Exclusive Business Partner, LDA. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good morning one more time. First, let me greet the ambassador, so Mr. Pratibha Parker, the General Secretary, Sanoda Rajardan, Mr. Caetano Capitão, and all the members are here. So I prepared a presentation to support, and I would like to share if it's possible. Right now, I still have Mr. Caetano presentation. I don't know if I can share.
So you should be able to share if you press on the share screen button.
So they say this will stop other screen share. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Share. So
we are able to see your screen.
Okay. So you guys are able to see. That's the point. So in reality, today we're gonna talk about like market potential for investment in Angola. As Mr. Richard said, so there is a lot of market potential in Angola, and we really count with India. India has a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise, small-scale business, so industrial level. So we really see India as a really potential. So India is like have more than African population. We really believe so. India is a good partner for Angola. We're gonna go through for analysis of economic and social environment. So incentive legislation, gestão da empresa, single window process, immigration serves, a special economic zone and some attachment. Okay, let us start as a, 1 second, please. So Angola has more than 30 million people. 65% of our population young. So we have a per capita GDP for almost 3,000 and a half. We are located in one region, SADC region. We have 327 million inhabitants. So our GDP combined is 60 billion. We have Atlantic Ocean, Congo, RDC, Zambia, Namibia. Actually, Angola has a strategic location. So we based on our strategic location, we can spread. Even from Portuguese side, we were the one who was supposed to spread goods for almost all the SADC region at that time. Right now, Angola and India have a relationship since our independence in 1975. We have a partnership in several areas, military side, economic, social side. So, and there is something I want to highlight is the valuation of our currency. Our currency is losing power. So it let like affordable for international investor apply in Angola. You will be able to produce in a better price to spread like China did. So China did and on the past. Actually, so in through those countries, we can really spread well our product. And we consider, as I said before, India as a partner, a primary partner to in knowledge, micro, industry, agribusiness, energy, mega industry, and etc. So just to have one idea, 10 years, the last decade, we spent $40 billion import food products. $40 billion import food product, in average $4 billion only for food. So I quote from President of Industrial Association, José Seferino, and when we look for Angola balance of payments, we're gonna do a small analysis in two quarters, like the last quarter of 2019 is the first quarter of 2020. So the last quarter of 2019, we expended $3 billion $3 billion so in buying products. Only that quarter, $3 billion. And the first quarter of 2020, we only spent $2.5 billion. We know all those situations, so COVID and all of that. Even in flu, 2019, we spent almost $200 million. And then 2020, first quarter, we only spent $100 million. We can go through to see with the more details. With the more details, we can go through and see. There are several topics, several points to show, but we can highlight those with the 21%, 23% for 2019. We can see we spend a lot of money in machinery, electrical, mechanical devices. So it means how our government is looking for industrialized Angola. So the strategy is industrialize Angola, make Angola industrialize again. So we spent almost 700 million in buying food products. So we can look at chemical side, vehicles, plastic, leather, paper, textile, clothing. So we spend $115 million. So this was in 2019. If we look in 2020, there is a decrease in the reduction in the amount of product imported. So, but it was like only in food was $500 million, in machinery like $500 million. So it's still a lot of I can see it as a lot of opportunity in doing those type of business in Angola. So since 2018, Angola opened a process. 2019, sorry, Angola started with a PAC program. There is a PAC program. This program take care of few points that we must start to produce in Angola. There is no other option. There is no second option. We must start to produce it in Angola. So those are the subjects. So rice, hygienic article, drink, sugar, cement, coffee, packaging, process, bean, tropical fruit. So the point is produce for Angola and produce to export. Produce to Angola and produce to export. So those are very like affordable area to do business in Angola. For example, if we see glass production, almost all SADC region has no glass production. And we have like 300 million people. Look for, every single year, we buy glass cup, we buy windows. So the process right here is is the second step. We buy the glass and to do small stuff right here. So there are a lot of opportunity in Angola. When we look for our investment law and IPEX, so those were the first critical point to invest: technology, education, business, agriculture, test, energy, construction, telecommunication, manufacturing, energy, railroad, basic sanitation, waste collection, treatment. So it's necessary. For example, Luanda has almost 80.5 million people. We only have one place to take care of our trash when it's waste collection treatment. So we need to do more. It is important, and the government knows it. So what they decide to do, they changed the law of investment, and they created IPEX, is the Agency for Private Investment, Promotion of Exports of Angola. Where's the point? The IPEC is the Angolan public institution who take care of private investment. For foreign investor or non-foreign investor, is a private investment, so they are the one who are willing to support, or who will support in every single step. So what type of area they look? As I mentioned before, one more time: infrastructure, agriculture, energy, telecommunication, transport, logistics, cloth, mineral, healthcare, education, fishing, so on. And when we look for the new law of investment, we can find some good points. I would like to highlight some points. So right now, there is no a minimum amount to invest in Angola. If you want to invest in Angola, yes, you can. There is no a minimum amount. So Angola is affordable for a small business opportunity and a huge business opportunity. So there is no obligation to have Angola partner. As a foreign guy, so you can come here and open your company and be able to run your business. There, you don't need to be associated with an Angolan people. So someone from outside of Angola can set up a company locally through a representative. For example, you are in India at this time, you can contact the Chamber of Commerce, you can contact exclusive business partner, you can contact someone to open account, a company for you through one official letter from Angola Embassy in India. So the company will be under your name. It will be your company. So there are 4 development zones. Angola divided the country in 4 development zones. When we say those zones, we have zone A, B, C, and D. We look for zone A. Zone A is Luanda. Luanda was city, the one who have more than 80 million people. So it's the smallest province in Angola, but it's the most crowded city. So Luanda have 8 million, more than 8 million people. So it's in class A, zone A, and some city in Benguela, Huila, and Lobito are classified in Zona A. Zona B, we have Bié, Bengu, Kwanza Norte, Kwanza Sul, Namibe, and the other province from Huila and Benguela that are not classified in Zona E. Zona C, we have like the east side of Angola, Quando Cubango, Cunena, Mochico, Lunda North, and the north part of Angola, Uíge, Zaire. So Cabinda is classified in Zona D. There are 2 types, as I mentioned before. We have a priority business subject, business area, and we have a non-priority business area. Let us first see if you want to invest in a non-priority area in Angola, for example, alcohol, for example. Okay, you still receive some benefit only for investing in Angola. We classify those type of investment in a previous declaration regime. So you are in private declaration regime. You will present your project to IPEX, and you will be classified in a priority sector, and you will still receive your benefit. However, if you decide to apply for in a priority business area, okay, you will be in special regime. So you have more benefit than the other regime. Actually, the first one is you can get the benefit in tax. When I say benefit in tax, I'm looking, for example, CISA tax related with fixed investment, buying land, all of that. So as you are in priority regime, you can pay half amount of you were supposed to pay and fixed tax. So CISA tax. Industrial tax, you will get a benefit from 20% during 2 years, 2 years period of time. So if we look tax on capital investment, we can cut off 25% for a 2 year period of time. So there is a stamp duty. So we're gonna change this type of tax to IVA, VAT to VAT. So, but we can get a benefit, pay 50% of this amount for 2 years program. So, but when you are in a special regime, you can get more benefits. So you are, I mean, one more time, you are working in a priority area. Angola considered priority area. If you are in Zona A as Luanda, for example, you will pay assistance tax 50%. Zona B, 75%. Zona C, 85%. Zona D, 50% of Zona C is supposed to pay. For urban propriety tax, so you will pay. Zona A doesn't have any discount. Discount consists in Zona B, C, and D. 50% 40 years, 75% 80 years, 50% of where Zona C is supposed to pay for 8 years also. If we look for industrial tax, Zona A 20% for 2 years, Zona B 60% for 40 years, Zona C 80% for 80 years, Zona D 50% for 80 years. And capital investment also 25, 60, 80, 50%. So for 2 years, 4 years, 80 years, 80 years. Besides those benefits, we can have more benefit. Let us see, for example, we import products from outside, machinery. We can get a benefit. We can be free tax payment system. So we don't have to pay. For example, if we apply our project to IPEC, so we can get a benefit with paying without no tax, no emolument to entity, public entity payment cost. There is also a benefit for a foreign investor. For example, you will be able to transfer your dividend for your country or for wherever you decide. You are able to transfer the liquidation product for your project. You will be able to transfer any type of indemnities due to him. You will be able to transfer to royalty or other indirect investor remuneration income associated with the transfer of technology. You also have a legal support as access to Angolan court, use arbitration and as an extrajudicial way to resolve dispute related to available proprietary right, use other alternative resolution method. So there are a lot of support. Angola is really looking to let our foreign investor comfortable, Indian people, Indian investor comfortable to invest in Angola. So, okay, after we tell about benefit, we can look in how to set up a company in Angola. There is we have a Quixiónico da empresa, is a single windows to do that. And we can do it by online or in person. We can set up a company online or in person. The necessary document to set up a company is ID card, tax number, and pre-primor for a foreign investor when we submit the project. So the cost to complete a constitution varies from 10 used to a limited value. There are, I'm talking about a different type of company that can be established in Angola, small one, from a small one to a big one. Okay, so, okay, I want to set up a company in Angola. Okay, but how I can come to Angola? We have a immigration service Right now we develop a new visa, a tourist visa. So tourism visa. So this visa, what they do, you can apply wherever you are to Angola Immigration Service, you can apply, and then by the time you arrive in Angola, you will receive the visa here in our airport through our immigration service. You can stay for 30 days. You can, with a tourist visa, also if you want to set up a company in person, you can come and set up a company and analyze the market. And you can be able to come to Angola several times, so during the year. As Dr. Caetano mentioned before, Angola doesn't, they only look for a change in policy, but they are really, how can I say, they have a really concern in support investors. That's why they develop a special economic zone in the industrial polo. So industrial polo and a special economic zone. Technically, they are area where we can implement, establish our factory, our company. They have a reserve for agriculture side, for mineral side, for industrial side, for commercial side, residential side. So they have a different area prepared to set up a business in Angola. I mean, in Zone Economic Special and Polo Industrial, we have a lot of experience to work with them, a lot of experience solving those type of issues. As an exclusive business partner, we can give a support, develop a business plan, market research, environment impact study, waste management plan, industrial or commercial license permit, construction company, recruiting selected people. We really carry out a complete project. Our main goal is to industrialize Angola. We give support in accounting side, fiscal side, so tax side. So we really wanted to industrialize Angola, and I want to finalize with this one, a special investment. When investor with $50 million, or a group of small investors combine $50 million, and they can generate 500 jobs. So those type of project and business can get more benefit than the one I presented today. So in reality, those type of team can get a lot of support and government benefit. But besides that, we will never forget small scale business, micro industry, small industry like French fries production, tomato production, small scale, $100,000. So we are, like, the government is really looking for those who are really interested in Angola. This is our presentation. This is my contact. So as a consultant, so exclusive business market is really willing to give support for investors and support the Chamber of Commerce and the industry. Thank you for this moment.
Hello?
We are just waiting for people to copy down his contacts. So I was just
Okay.
for a minute. I don't want to come in their way to...
For sure, it's important. Yes.
Because that was the query people was asking me about the email ID and contact detail. So I told them, let them write down and then we will...
Please.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kruma, for the excellent presentation. And you have really made our day by giving the ideas how to enter into Angola market and what are the pros and cons and what are the opportunity there. My request to you is that I will work with my partner, Mr. Capitao, now for the members who are interested to start their venture in Angola. So there will be some trading venture, there are some project-based venture. So I will now, after the event, I'll share some interest with Mr. Capitao, and there we would like your company to take more interest and guide them as individual. Like there is a finance and investment company who is looking for assisting the government of Angola on raising funds for the private sector and priority sector, priority projects in Angola, which I shared the paper with Mr. Capitao. And second one, what I was talking in terms of the masses who are dealing in coming from MSME sector, those who are looking for a private sector. So when you say representative, we want you to help those people to identify their partner. And of course, my friend from Chamber of Commerce will agree with me and he'll be an instrumental in assisting you. So with this piece of note, I thank you very much. We'll be in touch with you. And I will now request my colleague committee member, Mr. Sumit Sharma, to propose the vote of thanks. Sumit, over to you.
Good evening, Excellency, dignitaries, distinguished speakers of today's webinar. Her Excellency, Mrs. Pratibha Parker, the Indian Ambassador to Angola. Mr. Capitao, the Secretary General, CCI Angola, India. Mr. Tuma, the General Manager of Exclusive Business Partner, LDA. Mr. Sambula, the President, Angola Beverage Industry Association. Madam Sunanda Rajendran for always leading from the front and making these webinars possible. And a special thanks to all our viewers from India and overseas. I, Sumit Govind Sharma, on behalf of the Indo-African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, would like to express a sincere thanks and gratitude to the Embassy of India at Angola and Her Excellency Mrs. Pratibha Parker for her valued support and cooperation to make this webinar a grand success at a very short notice. Also thanks to the Secretary General of CCI Angola, Mr. Capitao, for mobilizing a galaxy of eminent speakers from Angola. We would also like to express a sincere thanks to all other respected speakers for the day. We are confident that this webinar has provided all of us with huge learnings on Angola and helps us to explore business opportunities in Angola. I would like to thank the teams of IACCI and Group MRP for all the efforts and all the participants for giving us this gigantic support. We have a webinar scheduled on the 6th of October at 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time with another important country, that's Nigeria, followed by B2B networking meetings on the 7th and 8th of October. Details of the same will be shared by our team soon. So please block your dates accordingly and reap the benefits of a webinar series and the B2B meetings. Once again, thanking you all for being a wonderful audience as always. Stay safe, stay healthy. Signing off, Sumit Govind Sharma. Thank you.